I usually don't build very big projects. The reason is, number one, I'm slow. It takes me a long time to get a project finished. Number two is my shop's so messy, it takes a lot of rearranging to fit a big project in here. But this time it's going to be different. Hi, I'm Paul. Welcome to my messy workshop. Mrs. Paul's Messy Workshop asked me if I would build a bookcase. I said, sure, why not? But then I had to clean a spot big enough to start building. So I'll show you how I did it. I'm not going to do a step-by-step build on this, but I'll show you as I go along how I made the bookcase. At this point, I have the two side panels cut to length. I've got them just clamped together temporarily, and I'm sort of laying out approximately where the shelves are going to be so that I can put my holes in the side for the pins that are for the shelf adjustment. Also, I'm laying out where the top of the case will be, where the bottom shelf will be, and also where the groove in the back will be that'll hold the back panel. Well, I'll give you another update. These two pieces, there's two pieces here, they're the sides of the bookcase. I've cut a dado where the bottom shelf is going to go. I've cut a groove up here where the top of the bookcase is going to go. It'll sit right in there. I've cut a groove along the back edge of both of the sides, and that's where the back is going to fit. There's both sides, all the joinery work, the holes are drilled for the adjustable shelves. They're ready for a final sanding, but before I do that, I'm going to make the bottom shelf and the top and get those fitted before I do any sanding. I have the bottom cut and fitted and glued in place. So now the two sides and the bottom are all glued together. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry. When it does, I'll turn it on its back or maybe the front, and I'll put the top piece on, and then I can glue the back in place. Well, I have the inside top glued in place, and I've also got the back fitted. Now the next thing I have to do is take the back off. I don't have it attached, it's just sitting there. Take that off, give it a good sanding, and then I can put it back on permanently. The back is all sanded, and now I have it glued in place. The back's made out of 1/4-inch oak plywood. Well, I have the carcass of the bookcase done, and I'm at the point to where I'm working on the face frame. Right now I've got a piece of 1x6 here. It's going to be smaller than that. Eventually what'll happen is I'm going to have the top here come up against it. I'm going to have the top is going to come out past the front of the face frame, and I'm going to have a piece of crown mold like this. So I want to find out how far this crown mold is going to come down, because I want to come down a little further than that, and then I'm going to put an arc in this. The arc will come up, and at the very high point of the arc will be just below the crown mold, and then it'll come back down and meet the side of the face frame. So that's what I'm working on now. At this point, the face frame is fully attached. Next, I'm going to take my palm router and route the face frame to the side so that it's smooth all the way down. But that's a progress so far. Well, the time has come for me to start fitting the crown mold. And as you can see, it'll fit quite nice. Crown molding and I are not the best of friends, but I'm doing the best I can. And by the time I get it sanded, it'll be nice. The crown molding is all installed, and now I'm working on the base molding. I made the base molding on the router table, and I just have to finish installing it, cutting it to length. And then except for the shelves, the rest of the bookcase is ready for finish. Right now we're out in Paul's Messy Garage, which isn't nearly as bad as Paul's Messy Workshop. I put a coat of stain on this. It's Early American Stain by Minwax. The inside looks a lot lighter, but that's because there's a 7,000 lumen LED light right above it, and it kind of bleaches out the looks of the inside, but the whole thing is the same color. Right now I'm getting ready to put on some oil-based polyurethane. I'll probably put 2-3 coats on it. I have the shelves all done. I'm ready to put finish on them. First I'll stain them, and then I'll put polyurethane on them. They're made out of plywood, and I put 3/4 inch oak edging on them. Serves two purposes. It covers up the plywood edge, plus it makes them just a little bit stronger. The shelves are done. They have stain on them and 3 coats of polyurethane. And there's the finished product. The bookcase in place, completed. Well, that finishes up the bookcase build. The overall dimensions are 40 inches wide, 55 inches tall, about 12 inches deep. For a finish, I put on Early American Stain by Minwax. Then I followed that with a brush-on coat of polyurethane. I sanded that down, and then I put on 2 wiping coats of polyurethane. Well, I appreciate your watching this build. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe or hit the thumbs up. All that helps my channel. And until next time, I really appreciate your watching. Thank you.